Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello. Hi, Silent Searchlight is right on cue. It is Tuesday, the 6th of September. That day I'll always remember, because that was the day that my... No, wait, that's a different song. Let's try something with Kerbal Space Program. I don't know what, but we're going to try something. What do we have? We have something going 113. Let's take a look at that. Cotharis is saying greetings from Canada. Hey, Germany, it's 7 a.m. here. Yeah, so that means it's tomorrow. And September the 7th is going to be a big day for me and my employer. But enough about that. Okay, so let's just check, make sure everything's running. Oh yeah, we're still doing this rather big thing. So, yeah. What I was kind of floating around was, you know what, I haven't really checked this out, but I was wondering, actually I should do this. Oh crap! Oh man, I accidentally closed the game, because I'm a functional, I'm terrible. I just managed to kill the game. Sorry about that, so, yes, we're just going to have to wait for that to happen. We're apparently dropping frames quite often. That seems very strange. What happened to the vehicle assembly building? I got rid of it. The vehicle assembly building was surplus to requirements, so we removed it from existence. And I have some splinters in my foot for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but man, that's hurting like heck. It's annoying. I didn't hit Alt L4. I managed to hit the close window button in the top right because I just didn't expect that button to be there doing these things. Look, and it's there again, you see? Magic! Magic, magic, magic. No hypersonic SSTOs. I thought I would see... Has anybody tried doing a rowing boat? Because I haven't... I know, it's just an idea that I came up with. So... I don't know if the physics will actually support it, but there will no doubt be comical opportunities to see whether it actually works or not. Oh yeah, this was a t-shirt my brother bought me. I was never quite a big fan of Thundercats, although I did think the animation quality was way better than average, but I think by the time that thing was on TV, I was a little too old to be watching it. All the same, you know, I'll take credit for wearing this awesome shirt because it's an awesome shirt. Hello from the Rocket City. Is that like New Rock City? Wasn't there a song like that? Rock City! No, never mind. So, I guess we'll just put, not rocket fuel, we'll put like a liquid fuel fuselage and we'll empty it out. So what we need to do is get something into the water, right? How is it that we can submit entries for the Eve Race Challenge? I haven't officially created an Eve Race Challenge. So I don't have a way for you to submit entries to it. But if there were such a challenge, I would have been working a whole lot harder to make it happen. I'm just going to put like a little... Let's get rid of the oxidizer. Let's put a little jet engine. Not a basic one. The Weasley goes on the back here. There we go. We just do need some jets on there just in case. And then I guess what I'm going to do is put on some pontoons on the side. Oh, Almaz return boosters. Almaz. You know what Almaz was, right? Almaz was... well, it's Russian for diamond. And it was the name of the military stations that were part of the Salyut program. They weren't officially, it wasn't, you know, officially confirmed that they were military stations until after the end of the Cold War. And then they were like, yeah, we admit we were actually trying to put guns and stuff on space stations. But now that the Cold War's over, we're okay with you not knowing, with you guys knowing that. Okay. So I guess I'm just wondering how to get this over there. You know what I should do, actually? How much of a grand tour do you think could be done using only enough fuel to get from LKO to Moon, then all gravity assist from there? I don't know. Okay, what I really want to do is do robotic parts. So we need to put these... I'm going to put these up on top for now. Modular girder segments, right? I'm just trying to create something that could work as a boat. So we need it to work in 2 axes, right? So we start a hinge, and this needs to go up and down, that's fine. And then the same hinge now needs to go 90 degrees, right? So we bring up the stuff, and we create a new add group. And then the bottom ones, wait a second. Oh, sorry, no, I do that. That's that one, and that one goes there. Okay, so these ones are going here. And so these ones I shall do with 1 and 2, and these ones will go with 0 and 9. And then the idea should be that we'll go zip it back and forth, and we need to make these things way faster. Way faster, way to the hay faster. Similarly, these ones need to go pretty fast as well. Now this may not actually work. What maker model of chair that I'm sitting on? This is a Herman Miller Aeron, which normally costs thousands of dollars, and thankfully I got one very cheap. So I got mine cheap, so that's less of a problem. Maybe I'll slow these ones down a little because they don't need to be quite so fast. These ones, 14, okay. And then, so what we need is little arms sticking out for the paddling, so we can use like an I-beam. Come on. There we go. So those will be the paddling things, and then on the end of these we'll have structural panels that I need to carefully rotate into the correct orientation despite the best efforts. Now somebody else has probably already done this, right? I'm just going to say this is probably not original, but I'm going to give it a go. Oh, this chair was designed in your hometown of Grand Lake Rapids, Michigan, huh? Good to know. Okay, so now we need to somehow figure out how to get this to the water. Boy, this is terribly unwieldy. Can I please sing something? No, I cannot sing anything. I should be arrested were I to try singing. Such things would not be tolerated by the police of music. The music police. The song police. And by song police I don't mean Sting, obviously. Even though he is a member of the police. Okay, so let's do silly boat. And we're taking off. Oh, I've got no control. I need to put some crew in it, and all my crew are dead or on missions, or dead on missions, dead set on going on missions. Fill. Launch. Fly safe. Playing Elite, watch KSP, listen to metal. What kind of metal are you listening to, Fox Deuce? I'm really curious. So first thing, I need to get this to the ocean, so I'm just going to hack the gravity. Oh, I realized I need something. Reverse. Oh, you know what? I don't need that. Cancel. I don't need that. Resume flight. I haven't put any power on this thing, but we're still just trying to work on the science of this, so... What? Okay. That is kind of interesting how that worked there, huh? And now throttle this down, and of course I don't have any... Yes. I don't have any air intakes. So I can use infinite propellant to fix that. So we'll just fly over to the ocean there. That's us. That'll get us. And so we can go up and down. I think I might need to adjust the acceleration on this. And then the idea is I can put them forwards, put them down, and then go swing back, and then bring them up, forwards. So I want to paddle. That's what I want to be doing. So I gotta figure this out. This is why I need a sequencer. Right? Have to get this to the ocean, obviously. I need to pick up a bit more speed. Doesn't this sound like a great plan? Do you think this is going to work? Hands up who thinks the physics in a Kerbal Space Program will actually support this kind of insanity. Come on, we're if this works, like I want to build a full-on Viking ship, right? Like Ben-Hur, like boom, 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 you're drumming the drums. Pour, pour. Yes. Obviously I have a jet engine. Okay, so we have Psychic Visage is saying, nay, it shall not work. You shall not pass. I'm sorry, and we're not going to get any explosions. Explosifying. Okay. Straw pool, yes. You don't think it will work because water is too dumb. Now here's actually a good thing I have this because I can reverse it for slowing down. Romans, Greeks, or Vikings. I'm going to do all of the above. I'm going to do a Roman who speaks Greek that has defected to the Vikings because the Vikings... yeah, well, you know, other than the people behind Viking cruises, those are scumbags. Viking cruisers, yeah. They just like, yeah, we're going to charge you extra for stuff, even though it was us that screwed up. Let's put them forwards. Oh, wait a second. Did that thing slow it down? Notice how this is actually making it slower and slower? That's interesting. I'm going to get this out over the water. And in fact, I'm going to send it down towards the water. This is taking far too long to get here. If you're wanting to watch a film set in ancient Rome, Spartacus... Yes, Spartacus is a better film than Ben-Hur, absolutely. Because it's made... because of the... well, Stanley Kubrick! Stanley Kubrick! Right? I'm gonna turn on the thrust reverser in a minute. We should start bringing it down. So what we do is... There. That'll make it go down faster. And then I can use the thrust reverser to throttle up and make it slow down. So that'll get us into the water. I have to say, HBO's Rome, holy moly, that was an amazing show, and I'm so disappointed that it got taken off air. But then again, one of the reasons it got taken off was because it was very expensive, and they wanted to do a little thing called Game of Thrones, which was just like Rome, but with less Romans and more, you know, more of everything. I mean, Rome is basically Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones was Game of Thrones on the TV. And speed is now almost 0. Horizontal speed. Let's just do this. Surface speed is 4 meters per second. Vertical speed is still... You're taking too long. Unhack gravity. There we go. 10 meters per second vertical. That should get us down safely into the water, at which point this thing will simply not work. Fox Deuce is making a run to Hutton Station. Well, rather you than me. So actually, I'm going to admit that I got back to the bubble last over the weekend. I visited the new wreckage, the alien wreckage, took some pictures, and then I thought, well, I've got all these important things that I want to do. I want to finally get my Empire ranking up. I want to get Palin as an engineer. And then I realized just how awful both of those things were going to be. And I kind of was like, oh, I can't be bothered doing this right now. Okay, so let's see if this will work. So Alt F10, unhack gravity. That's us. We're unhacked. So let's see if we can get the speed above 0. So first thing we need to do is bring these up, bring them forwards, then turn them down. And ready, let's see if we start moving forwards. Oh, look, we actually moved forwards there. Does this actually work? I'm doing the coordination pretty good, I think. Oh, wait. Gotta get this down in the water. Do you think this is actually going forwards because of friction or because of conservation of momentum? I think the obvious thing we need to do is we need a marker in the water, right? And the way we do this is we have to EVA somebody out. So let's EVA this dude, and he can just like swim away for a minute. Right, here you go. Just like get some nice distance ahead away from us. Don't mind that you're drowning. So we gotta get him far enough away that he's not gonna get whacked. And then we can use him as a reference point to see if we're actually moving forwards or backwards, right? I don't think these paddles are going to explode. I think these are super hard. I do think that he might drown. Or become invisible. That's great. Yay! I love glitches. Of course, if I'd showed that kind of glitch off in certain other games, the community would have attacked me as being unfair. Go figure. Okay, let's try this. So, down and swim. See, here's where if we could use the sequencer, we could totally make it work a bit better. And there is a sequencer mod that I've not looked at, but I just want to see if this will work. And so, we have actually moved forward. So this works! It totally works! It totally works! I know they need to slip through the water edge on, but they're not slipping through the water at all. I'm totally making distance. This is an actually completely valid thing, right? So bring them forwards, then bring them down, swim forwards, bring them up, down, paddle. And it's a question of just optimizing the strokes. Oh. Uh-oh. This requires so much concentration. I think what I need actually is like motion limits on these parts, right? So maybe I can do that. Hold on, let's bring this up. New group and new group, and we have lock, invert, uninvert. Is there a way to set up motion limits from this menu? Edit groups. Aha! So open close presets. Presets. No. Add. Oh, that's interesting. How do presets work? New hinge. Okay, so let's actually zero this one out. Zero out. Okay, so there's one, right? So we have a preset which is... That's down, right? So that's like 25 degrees down. Let's do this, right? Let's set these up as presets. Oh yes, range. There we go. So there we go. We'll do this 30 degrees, like 30 degrees, 30, minus 30. Oh, minus 30. I said minus 30. So we can do these faster. And the speed, yeah, that's fast enough. Now the other one. Let's just grab this and make it a little bigger. Open. That's not presets. That's not it. Wait. What was the button I pushed? Oh, there we go. Yes. Range 60. This is like the very latest in Ben-Hur technology. Ben-Hur! Okay. That's a setup. So let's try it now. So ready? These need to accelerate faster as well. Acceleration 10. Okay, let's try that now. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now bring it forwards. And it only goes to 60 degrees now. Yes! There, we got it now. Totally works! Totally works! Totally works. Just needed a little bit of coordination. Look at how fast we're going. We're totally leaving him behind. Of course, I could just turn around like this and we can try paddling through him and see what the effects of paddling over the test subject. Can you have it record a movement? I believe there's a way to make it record movements with using the sequencer. Let's just line him up. We'll just run over him just to make sure that we are in fact moving forwards. So that's it. Okay, and then see ya. It doesn't happen fast enough to maintain momentum. That's part of the problem. But it creates lots of splashing. This is truly a magnificent piece of technology that will one day revolutionize Kerbal travel. The speed of the paddle needs to perhaps go a little faster. And maybe we should try to optimize the paddle so that it twists into the right location. Ah, wait, like, we'll go from above. Hold on. I can't see him anymore. Where'd he go? There he is. You can just about see him there. See that? There he is. So if I mouse over him... Oh, I said if I mouse over him... There we go. Oh, hold on. No, oh, no. I've forgotten how to do this. Wait. My brain is gone. Okay, that's it. Yeah, look, it actually does go forward. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Why can't I do this anymore? My fingers are forgetting how to do this. And actually, I think I can make it easier, right? Because what I can do is just sequence these onto the same keys. Look, it's getting pushed along by it. Ah, okay. Well, anyway, that was pretty interesting. Okay, I'm not sure I want to do much else with this. I'm gonna need a bigger boat. It is like playing Q-op, right? So we could definitely work on optimizing this for sure. You think more paddles is what's needed? The problem is getting this whole thing in the water. Is there an easy way to hyper edit it into the water? I mean, I guess I could like put multiple of these on it, like that. We could have a whole army of them. And yeah, what we can do is on these pages. So I think one of the mistakes I've made is that I did these on separate action groups, and really this should just be 9 and 0. Sorry, no, this should be 2 and 1. And then we need ranges, and unfortunately the ranges have to all be set individually, which is really frustrating. Minus 60. I said minus. Apparently taking the minus away works. 6. This could be altogether far too boring to make happen. 60. The acceleration can still be slow. Okay, so 60. 60. 60. 60. It's a Kerbal crew boat. Yes, it's a Kerbal crewed boat. We're going to take this to Lathe or something, maybe. That'll be the final version. Maybe not tonight, but one day. Okay, so the next thing we'll need to make this. The speed, the acceleration has to be higher. It was like 14, right? Because this needs to get into position faster. Whereas the other one can accelerate more slowly, right? Okay, and these only need to go to minus 30 and plus 30. So how is everyone else tonight? Put command chairs next to the panels so it looks like they're rowing. The problem is I don't have that mod that puts the Kerbals in command chairs right away. So I'd have to have some process by which I put them in there before testing. But we can work on that, sure. 30. Maybe I should use bigger panels. That's the other thing. Okay. Do I have sequencer? I don't have sequencer installed. Oh, that's the other thing I can do. Is I can put these all in rotational joints. I should have done that beforehand, shouldn't I? Yeah, odds are if there's a need for a part from Infernal Robotics, it won't have been updated. Should I do this docking washer? The docking washer I think is pretty powerful. Let's try this. Have we get paddles there, and I can make the paddle longer. That's the next thing. Of course, I'm going to have to go through the same horrible, slow process of getting them. You know what, I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to use the rotation thing to rotate them into position. That'll be faster. Okay, there we go. Grab them. We're doing science here. We're doing lots of science. So this way, the oars, we won't have wind resistance to worry about, right? So when they're going backwards, right? I don't know which group. Oh, these are the rotatrons. Okay. Oh, interestingly, they just call it a rotatron. Have I been playing Elite in VR? No, because I've actually stopped playing Elite because my shoulder is completely, like, burned out. I don't know, something is really, really hurting. So I've stopped playing Elite because it is the one that uses my shoulder a lot. So I'm kind of concerned about that. Let's zero this out. There we go. So here's the thing. When this goes forwards, aha, that's the way we want to do it, right? And so we need to make the ranges on these correct. New rotatron. Oh, I don't have a range on it? Ah, yes. Range. Okay, so put this to 0. I guess I'll make the range... Hold on. That moves it back. So the range needs to be 0 on all of these. 0, 0, 0. What's a 0? 0. And then it needs to be 90 here, right? Oh, not 9. 90. Thank you. Right, so there we go. And so the thing rotates into position. And then we go back. And it rotates like that. There we go. Now we just need to make the speed on this like much faster. 40. Select. No, I'm not doing that. So this is, of course, completely abusing infernal robotics. And then the speed needs to be like 100. No, sorry. 30. I mean, I don't know what the speed actually corresponds to, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so now we go forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. Yes! It totally is going to work. Okay, save this. And we'll still have to figure out how to get it in the ocean quicker. Perhaps a large probe controller platform would serve better for the main body. You know, we're just trying to figure this thing out. I'm trying to make it buoyant as well. Which Kerbal gets to be coxswain? I don't know. Op success! Isn't that backwards? No, we're gonna we could actually try. We could try using the things here. Let's do it, right? Excellent! This totally worked. Okay, let's hack gravity and see if I can roll myself through the air to the thing. I'm going to point like this. Activate engine. Ooh. Okay, we're going to go pretty fast, I think. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Stop yourself. Stop your spinning. I'll move these to the back so that it will act as drag. That's looking solid. Actually, you know what? I realized the angle on these is imperfect. It's not quite a bird plane. I've tried building a bird plane before. Let's do this. Get to the ocean quickly. Oh, come on. Oh, we've turned on aerodynamic forces. No, temperature gauges. That's that. Which one is the... That's not that. Ah, there we go. Oh, dear, 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 dear. Reverse thrust. Reverse thrust! Reverse! 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 Well, that's not what I expected to happen. Ah. If you try to build a sub in KSP, the parts that are most sinky are the ones that contain ore. Ore tanks are particularly sinky. Okay, so... Actually, reverse thrust, let's do that. I'll use the reverse thrust to lift myself upwards. There, look at that. Okay, now switch it to forwards thrust and then point ourselves out over the ocean so we can truly get out there. quickly and appreciate the oceanness. I want to see if we can actually register some real speed. Oh, no, 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 no. You don't do that. Well, you know what? Actually, if I want to keep this thing stable, what I can do is spin it around the axis, because that's totally going to help with stability. That means I can pick up higher speeds in theory. This is my plan. Spin stabilization against the offset center of mass. We're just going to basically corkscrew our way through the sky. Why? Because it looks cool. Okay. We're in a flat spin! He's heading out to sea! I actually watched Top Gun over the weekend because I was like, Orion, you need to know what, you know... you need to know where the pattern is full meme comes from. Okay. This is a little too draggy. Oh, man. Yeah, it's more like a crazy cartwheel, to be honest. I wish it would get out there faster, though. So yeah, as you may know, experimental Kerbal Space Program has officially been announced, so I will be looking at that when the embargo lifts. I've already looked at it, obviously, because I'm experimentals, and man, you know, like, they've added a few cool new features. It's not world breaking, it's an incremental update. Yes, children do need to be taught about the danger zone, and more specifically, the highway to the danger zone. There's so much in Top Gun which just doesn't make sense from an aviation perspective, right? But you know what I really like about Top Gun is the love interest, right? Because her name is Charlotte, and she's an astrophysicist, and she's nicknamed Charlie. So that's me, my dad, and my grandmother in one person, right? Have I seen real-life Kerbal Stratosphere program? Malfunctioning, have you been sending Kerbals to the stratosphere? Because I have seen pictures of people doing that, but I don't know if that was you or if that was someone else. Okay, now I should be pointing it closer to the ground. Oh. Because we're going to have to get into the ocean. Stabilize. This is taking some time. You've never seen Top Gun and you're 22. Well, it's on Netflix in the US right now. So it's worth checking it out. Of course, not necessarily on Netflix in any other country, because that's just how it goes. I feel the need for speed. You didn't know? Oh, Over the Woods says he didn't realize I have a Twitch. Well, you know what? It's not a very good Twitch. To be honest, I think that the rate things are going, that, you know, the science stuff is really getting much more traction. The game stuff is kind of mostly meh a lot of the time, except when it's either an Elite or Star Citizen video, and then people descend upon it to either criticize it or talk it up in equal measure. But yeah, I think I might start playing more games on Twitch, because frankly I can't be bothered editing so many of those things. It's just hard. And by the way, yeah, someone's pointing out You've Lost That Loving Feeling, obviously featured in Top Gun. That is one of my favorite songs ever, you know. And I can sing that song better than Tom Cruise, but then again, I think everyone can sing better than Tom Cruise. This thing does not yet have a name, but what I need to do is unhack gravity to bring it down. Oh, there, get it downwards. Vertical speed, 5 meters per second. I'm going to just like pancake it now. And we'll just unhack gravity, hack gravity. So there, vertical speed 8 meters per second. Soon we shall be on the surface, and our journey towards the water side will be complete. Yeah, so everybody, here's the thing, right? Everybody, thinks of Kenny Loggins, and all I remember them saying is like, oh, Danger Zone, Top Gun. And you know what? Danger Zone is a pretty lousy tune. I'm going to call it. I don't think, it's certainly not the best tune in the movie. I do actually like Harold Faltermeyer's Top Gun theme. I think that's really good. But Kenny Loggins also did the theme to Footloose, and that is a stormer of a tune. Like, straight up. That is such a good tune, and doesn't get the respect that it deserves, if you ask me. There we go. Okay. Did anything break? Oh, darn. Oh, yes. Just a little too fast. I love the soundtrack to Interstellar. Oh, I don't know who did the theme to Airwolf, but that is also a stormer of an 80s tune thing. I did know that Tangerine Dream were used for Street Hawk. So, that's legit. That's proper legit 80s. Street Hawk, I remember as a kid, I thought that thing ran forever. And then I checked it on Wikipedia, and it only ran for like 13 episodes, half a season. That was how naff it was. But I loved it because I was a kid. But Airwolf, that was a great show. Oh, man. Like, I never quite understood the plot behind that, but it was just like, we get a helicopter and we're going to do adventures. Galaxy Quest have any good songs? I don't know. Oh. I used to have the Top Gun soundtrack on tape. I remember that, like, when Top Gun got shown on the TV, the soundtrack started selling again. Okay. Yep. Airwolf was a simultaneously terrible but awesome show. Oh, okay. I'm gonna make sure I hit the water a little less quickly this time. Of course, what I can do is save before doing it. This is how you develop these things, right? Top Gun has a great soundtrack, but I'm gonna say, like, I think that Danger Zone is one of the weaker tracks on the soundtrack, right? Especially when you compare it to Footloose, which is the title theme from that by Kenny Loggins is pure gold. I mean, the movie's kind of crap, to be honest. But I think the theme tune is a stormer. Space Battleship Yamato. I'm gonna have to do that sometime because everybody wants to see it. And the wave motion cannon, that is gonna be the bomb. Okay, we're almost here. Just get it out over the water. Tiny amount of thrust here. Why are we going up? I've angled this thing down and it tells me I'm going up, but I've pointed the thing down and my velocity vector shows that I'm going down. Oh wait, of course, because that's relative to the surface. Okay, so we must be over the ocean now. So, reverse thrust. I'm going to point it that way so that we actually go downwards. And then we'll shut down the engine once we get stopped. Surface speed 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Oh no, wait, I'm Elite Dangerous, am I? Oh, I'm going backwards now. That's good. I can turn off the thrust on this. I'll shut down the engine. There we go. So I'm going to F5 that so I don't mess it up again. You think... Oh, actually, that Game of Thrones mod did actually come with some ships. I wonder if we could attach some things to that. 30 seconds, people. 30 seconds before we become a boat. Hack gravity is still on. Once we are in the water safely, we will disable it. And the real adventures will start. The real speed. The need for speed. I like how it sounds extra slow when it's played. Yes! Okay, here we go. Okay, I think it needs some stuff to help it stabilize. Okay. So, you know, one thing I think I could do here, if I'm very careful, that engine is adding a significant amount of mass. So if I can take that engine off, we'll improve the situation. So, let's bring up Kerbal. And I gotta make sure I don't do it too close. Let's try it here. No. Yes! Rocket surgery! Okay, now let's see if that helps our situation. Okay. And... oh. It's really interesting, we actually do seem to gain reasonable forward speed here. You know what, I should turn it back towards the shore. We'll turn it back towards the shore and see how long it takes to get there. See, just to see. Whew, it's gonna take some time here. That's north. Yeah, the water looks this good in Kerbal if you install the Scatterer mod. But otherwise, it looks kind of meh. In fact, I think it looked even more meh once Flying Tiger made some performance suggestions. Row, boys, row! I think I could make it go faster. Maybe there's something I can target just to get like a distance indicator. No, it will be faster than you imagine. Trust me. The world will change. What's interesting is we do get the velocity high enough that it actually qualifies for velocity matching. Look, see how close I am to the side? I'm just going to roll it right here so we can see here at the edge. Uh-oh. That's interesting. Oh. Well, that wasn't what I wanted to have happen. This kind of works still, but the angle of the things are backwards now. No, it's definitely moving because of the oars, because it wasn't bouncing nearly as badly when we had the oars on it. Give me a sec. Maybe I should hack gravity once again and flip this thing over so that we're continuing the... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Hide yourself. Okay. We've hacked gravity. Oh, and it's slowly turning again. Look. We're rising. Once more rising from the ocean. Ready to bring our... Raise your oars up, lads. Show them the power that you have. Okay. Now, let's unhack gravity again. I'm just gonna keep the nose pushed down. I think that'll actually solve my problems. Dun 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 da 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 da. Wonder how we're doing. I think we're getting there. I think we'll get there. Look. Look at this epic voyage. I mean, we're actually covering distance here. It's not quite as imposing as an AT-AT walker. No, it's not. It's more like... this is what would happen if Jar Jar was asked to design a replacement for the AT-AT. Oh! Misa put big oars on it! Very impressive! We'll scare them with the big oars! I think the design is kinda there. Maybe we need bigger oars and... I don't know. How much speed can we get by adding flame decals? That's a good question. There's certainly lots of room on it for flame decals. I have to turn this thing, I realize. That's true. I mean, we're not that much slower than actual human swimmers, right? Rocket-powered oars? Oh, rocket-powered stuff in Kerbal Space Program is so passé. Yeah, we do need to stabilize some stuff. Longer fuselage? Possibly. I think it's definitely getting closer to the coast. One of these days it will actually reach the coast and we're gonna need bigger oars. We're gonna need a bigger oar. Yeah, I think the forwards and backwards rocking actually are serving to damp our forward velocity, so any residual velocity we're picking up is just being cancelled out. We also might need a keel. That's true. It's a good thing the Kerbals don't get motion sick. Oh man, okay. I'm pretty sure it's getting closer. What do you think? Oh, wait a second. It's hard to tell when Kerbals get seasick because they're already green, right? So there was a mod that added wind, but I don't know the status of the wind mod. I would like to get wind working with updraft so that we could do like gliders. Yeah, we could build a paddle wheel. That would probably be more efficient. But I wanted to do oars because oars are terribly inefficient. Okay, I've had enough of this. But look, we are definitely closer to the shore now. You could almost smell it there. Look, they could swim to shore, not too far away.